mystery of the TV's true nature has been at the core of Loki since the show began, and the question of who or what is pulling the organization's strings has loomed larger and larger with each passing episode, especially after the revelation that the Timekeepers were nothing but mindless androids. With the finale of the series just around the corner, there is just one question that everyone has been asking, and even the show is heading towards for a reveal. Who is behind the TVA? Who is the show's man behind the curtain? There are two prevailing theories among fans as to who the man in the castle is going to be, a version of Kang the Conqueror or a certain Loki variant. First, let's talk about Kang the Conqueror. There is lots of stuff within the show itself that points towards the imminent arrival of the time-traveling villain. One of them is Ravonna Renslayer. A once soldier, now the judge of the TVA, Renslayer is a character with deep ties to Kang in the Marvel comics. Her presence in the show running the TVA in a place outside of time and space helps steer things towards Kang being the man in the castle. I mean, they could have picked anyone to be the judge and to run the TVA. But that being Ravonna has to mean something. That brings me to my next point, Alioth, an entity described as the guard dog to the man in the castle. Alioth of the comics was introduced in 1993's Avengers the Terminatrix Objective issue number 1. The same comic also introduced Ravonna Renslayer and features Kang the Conqueror as its central villain. See, it's all coming together. One of episode 5's biggest and subtle Easter egg was the Kang Tower. In the comics, the tower was sold by Tony Stark to the CEO of King Enterprises, Mr. Griffin, who was revealed to be Kang the Conqueror. A final piece of evidence for the man in the castle being Kang is the castle itself. Immortus, one of many Kang versions, ruled the temporal limbo, which is a pocket universe that existed outside the time stream. Immortus ruled limbo from his castle Tenebrae, and he had been chosen by the Timekeepers to steer the timeline in one very specific direction towards the end of time. It meant that Immortus had to prevent different versions of himself, Kang variants, from achieving what he achieved. If that sounds vaguely familiar to you, it means you have been paying attention to previous episodes of Loki, where they have described that as the job of the TVA. Unlike Mephisto, Kang is confirmed to appear in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and Jonathan Majors was cast for the role 10 months before the start of the production on that film. So it's not outside of the realm of possibility for some version of Kang to appear in the series. In my last video, I also said that a Loki variant could be behind all this because the show is named Loki and the TVA is hunting down a lot of Loki variants who could have potentially become an obstacle to his goal of becoming the superior version. We should definitely not rule out the possibility of a variant Loki being the villain in a series which deals with Loki variants. With that, I would like to ask you guys, who do you think is behind the TVA? Let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell for more such Marvel theories and breakdowns. Thanks for watching and I will see you guys in the next video.